Hey y'all, what is up? What is up? I know it's been a minute, but listen, today I want to talk about a couple of things, okay? I want to talk about this lost submersible that is lost. I mean, this story is so crazy that we just have to talk about it, okay? We're going to talk about the lost submersible, and then I want to talk about as you can see, the title is Deep Dives, Broken Tide, The Lost Submersible, and Love's Wild Journey. So for Love's Wild Journey, we're going to touch on if you guys are ready to love fans and you have heard the sad news about Rashid and Symone, um, who were a lot of people's couple goals. We're going to talk about that a little bit. We're also going to talk about a little bit about Monique and Chris Samuels. Now, that's something that's been people have been peeping that for a while, but we're going to talk about that a little bit. And then the last thing I want to talk about is a good story of a couple that a lot of us probably know and don't know. We know they got married, so we're going to talk about that as well. But let's start with this lost submersible. Now, first of all, this is the first time that I've ever heard of the term submersible. People were referring to it as a submarine. It is not a submarine because it does not have all of the capabilities that a submarine would have. Now, they're still searching for these people. It's 5 people on board. It's about the size of a minivan. Now, imagine the size of a minivan in the water. Okay, it's small. Um, but apparently, according to the Rolling Stone, the searchers for the Titanic tourist sub, because that's what they're calling it, because they went down there to go see the wreckage of the Titanic. That's creepy to me because no, I can't. I went to Bermuda one year and they have Huntley's helmet dives. Now you only go down about like 10 feet. You can still see the boat, you can see the ladder and everything like that. And you have these helmets on that have oxygen in them so you can, be down there with the fish and stuff like that. Now that was scary as I don't know what to me. And all I had to do was just push off and go to the top if I wanted to, right? But this, they are like I don't even know how many feet down because apparently the journey was supposed to take them 2 hours to get down there. Now that's too long for me. I'm sorry. That's too long, too far down. No, thank you. I can't hold my breath that long. But apparently the searchers for the Titanic tourist sub heard banging from an area. An aircraft heard sounds at 30-minute intervals from the area where the sub disappeared, according to internal emails sent to DHS leadership obtained by Rolling Stone. Oh, the other thing about this thing is that it locks from the outside. So even if they wanted to, they can't get out because it's locked from the outside, like which is crazy to me. Okay. But a Canadian aircraft searching the missing Titan submersible, which failed to return Sunday from an expedition to the wreckage of the Titanic, detected banging in 30-minute intervals coming from the area where the divers disappeared. According to internal email updates sent to the Department of Homeland Security, this is crazy. This is crazy. Now, there's like reportedly a 19-year-old on board because one of the fathers is on there with his son. I would be freaking out. Okay. And then what if somebody dies and you got to sit in there with that? Like, this seems like a suicide mission to me, but apparently they do this. They've done this before. Um, I don't know. What do you guys think? Like, what do you guys think? Because they only had like 96 hours of air. If the submersible was to um get damaged or shut off or whatever, they would have 96 hours of air. And I believe we're coming to the end of that at this point. But what do you guys think? Would you go on something like this? Um, I know it's a lot of conspiracy theorists out there that probably already have some narratives that they're ready to let go. They're probably already, letting us know, but I haven't heard any conspiracy theories. But, you know, just the main thing in my mind is that you are locked inside of this thing and you're gonna go down here. The Okay, so this is also what I heard. The controller or the steering mechanism was supposedly joystick to a game. I mean, that just sounds crazy to me because I just I just can't see people just doing that and taking a chance with something like that, and you can't jump off, you can't jump out or anything. And if water got inside of this little thing, it would not take long for the water to fill it up. According to the Coast Guard, the Titan lost contact with its support ship 1 hour and 45 minutes into the dive before they even got down there. A massive search and race against time has ensued since the craft reportedly had just 96 hours worth of oxygen available when it began its trip. Now, that is crazy. That's crazy. Five people with 96 hours of oxygen. No. And the area that they're searching is like as big as a state. So it's like, no, thank you. I don't know. The four passengers on board alongside the pilot have been identified as a Pakistani businessman, Shahzada Dawood, and his son, Suleiman, a French Titanic expert, Paul Henry Nargiole, and Hamish Harding, chairman of Dubai-based Action Aviation. Before departing on the expedition, Harding posted on his Instagram account about the trip. We started streaming from St. John's, Newfoundland, Canada yesterday and are planning to start dive operations around 4 a.m. tomorrow. Until then, we have a lot of preparations and briefings to do, he wrote in the caption, and worried over whether the conditions would be right to begin the dive. He added, more expedition updates to follow if the weather holds. Now, I mean, it seems like he didn't even have a good thought about this before they did it. So I don't know. I feel like this is going to end very sad. One, because they can't get out by themselves. Two, because they've just been gone so long. So I don't know. Y'all get in the comments below. Let me know what you think about that. And we're going to move on to these next two topics because it's a lot going on. And I want to say Saturday night, I came home. I was where was I Saturday night? I went out Saturday night. Oh, I was at my sister's house. Okay. I left my sister's house pretty late. I think I got here, close to 1 o'clock in the morning. And when I came home, I turned on my YouTube and I saw Rashid's video. Rashid is from Ready to Love. If you're not familiar with that show, definitely check it out. It airs on OWN and it's actually coming back with a new season on July 7th. But I was looking at the video, but it wasn't any sound to it yet because I had just turned on my TV, but I did not like the look on his face. The look on his face was just like sad to me, right? So I was like, what is he doing? Because I never really see them live late at night. I didn't see Symone on there. So I was like, let me just watch what he's talking about. Now, I was not prepared. Okay. He basically admitted that he was a liar, a manipulator, and he was capping for the gram. Okay. Some people did call that out when they first got together, but they just I've actually had a chance to kind of meet them over the internet, as much as I could, but they are very nice people. And, Symone is awesome. Symone has her own channel where she's doing Girl If That's Legal. She's a very good lawyer and she does background checks. And she also, helps out with situations that are going on in the mainstream. Like if there's something with the child support case or something with any type of legal, that needs a legal interpretation, she will actually break it down in layman's terms for those of us that aren't attorneys to kind of understand what could happen, what could and couldn't happen, right? And this is just sad news for me because I love Symone. Now I love Rashid as well, but because I love Symone, so I am being okay. No, not right now. A little bit biased because I do love Symone. Now, if you watch Symone, Symone don't play when it comes to her videos and receipts. Okay. Um, and so it's kind of interesting that she hasn't said anything. Okay, she's very vocal, um, and I can imagine that. I don't understand why Rashid would even, keep something from her because he would be in the videos where she has to break something down or where he sees how she works. He knows. So what was he thinking? What was he thinking, Rashid? What were you thinking, man? So um Rashid freed himself, in his own words. And it is something to be said about coming clean about something in the public because now you definitely will be held accountable. He did garner some support, and I'm sure he garnered a lot more judgment by doing that. But I'm gonna say this. I think that the only reason he did that video, because I think it's out of character for him to come and do a video like that. The only reason I think he did that video was because he does not know, or he did not know how Symone was going to react with their breakup. And I think that he tried to get out in front of her and put this story out because he just admitted that he was a liar and a manipulator. So is he still manipulating us, right? I don't know, but um I just think that that's the only reason he did that video. If he Because he didn't want Symone to speak first, because he definitely would not have gotten as much sympathy that he's gotten so far. That being said, I don't think that he's a bad person. I don't think that, throw the whole man away. I mean, she's gonna have to make her choice, right? Um, and we're gonna support her in whatever choice she makes. Hope she makes. I mean, I trust her to make this decision that's best for her. But Symone, if you're listening, girl, we love you. We care about you. Make the best decision for yourself. Um, no matter what, no matter what. And Rashid, I mean, I don't really know what to say to Rashid. I mean, I think that, like I said, Rashid, I give him a little bit of points for saying stuff like that in public. Whether he meant it or not, he still set a bar to be judged from here on out, right? Um, you know, it seems like he was doing the same thing over and over, and in his words, letting good women get away. So I don't know. I wish them the best, whether together or separately. But that's kind of what's going on right now. I think Symone is supposed to speak on Thursday. I was watching Kojo. If you don't watch Little Black Book, check him out. Little Black Book 91. And I think he's supposed to be speaking to Symone on Thursday. So that is going to be interesting. And I know he's also probably going to try to get Rashid to speak too. Maybe not together, but he likes to get both sides of the story. So definitely stay tuned for that. I'm not sure if she's going on any other platforms at this time, but we're just gonna see. Okay, so I mean, while we're talking about couples that are breaking up, uh, Monique Samuels and Chris Samuels, it's been reported by People, I think, that she filed for divorce on April 14th for an absolute divorce, and she also updated it this month. And so it was rumored last year, 2022, while Love and Marriage DC was airing, that they were split up, but they came on and debunked that or whatever. But I don't think a lot of people bought it, because I think watching them on the show, we could tell that it wasn't getting better. You know what I mean? Um, so I guess we'll hear more about that, but I don't think we need to hear from them. I mean, we kind of know what's going on, you know what I mean? So that's the update on them. But the next thing is a happy thing. Okay, so if you guys have ever heard of Slutty Vegan does vegan cheeseburgers. They sell French fries and things like that. She's also added some other entrepreneurs that have like baked goods and things like that to some of their restaurants. She has opened up a bunch of different restaurants. And she is married. She got married this past weekend to her husband, David actually owns David Cheesesteaks. If you guys live in Atlanta, you probably have heard of them or been there. So they're actually two restaurant entrepreneurs that are married now. The wedding was fire. Okay, Montel Jordan was the official. He officiated the wedding. They had the ring bearer come down in one of those little tiny cars that kids have. She had a saxophonist. It was like a party in there. Check out the Instagram for Pinky Cole, the CEO of Slutty Vegan. If you did not know that they got married, you definitely want to go over and see all of the things that they posted. She posted her dress. She used a black woman designer for her dress. So that was something good as well. They posted a lot of different things from their ceremony. But shout out to them and congratulations to them. Y'all make sure y'all go over there and check it out. And if you in a situation, or not a situation, but if you're in a city where there is a Slutty Vegan, treat yourself. Treat yourself. I'm telling you, when you talking about vegan food, especially like a vegan burger, hands down, Slutty Vegan got that. Okay, Slutty Vegan got that. But anyway, I'm gonna see y'all in the next video. Thanks for coming by. And I'll see y'all